This video is about facts about the different planets in our solar system. So in this video, I'll basically be exploring each planet and giving you some interesting facts to consider about each planet. First off, we have Mercury, which is the closest planet to the Sun. It's also the smallest planet. Fun fact, a day on Mercury is 59 days, while a year on Mercury is 88 days. Because it's so close to the Sun, its orbit is very small, or it takes a lot less time to complete its orbit. Mercury has no moons, and the highest temperature on Mercury can be 430 degrees, while the lowest can even be 290 degrees Celsius, which is very high comparatively, but not a lot compared to Venus. Mercury also does not have an atmosphere. Now let's go to Venus, which is the second planet, and it's also the hottest. It's the sixth largest planet, and it's very similar to the Earth. Sometimes it's even called Earth's evil twin. It's the closest planet to the Earth, and it's the second brightest object in the night sky. The first being the Moon. It has a very thick atmosphere with lots of greenhouse gases. This is why Venus is so hot. The hottest temperatures can be around 495 degrees Celsius. And one day on Venus is 253 days, while 1 year is only 225 days. So a day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. And Venus has no moons. Earth. Yay, our home planet. And it's the only planet where life is known to exist. A day is 23.9 hours. Yeah, it's not exactly 24 hours. We just approximate it to make things simpler. And a year is 365.4 days. Again, approximated. But it's also the reason why we have leap years. Because it's 365.4. The 0.4 means that there's 6 hours extra each year. So therefore, every fourth year, we have a full 24 hours, which is why we have leap years. It is the fifth largest planet, and the temperatures can range from minus 89 degrees Celsius in some regions to 57 degrees Celsius. And it has one moon. Now let's go on to Mars. Mars is the fourth planet, and it's also known as the red planet. Its surface is almost all covered by red soil, and that's why it's called the red planet. It also has the largest mountain in the solar system called Olympus Mons, and it's 3 times bigger than Everest. It's also the second smallest planet. The temperatures on Mars can be from minus 153 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius. So it's, I would not say exactly living conditions, but it's still, I guess you could live on it. It has 2 small moons, Phobos and Deimos. Mars is called Earth's sibling. In fact, according to NASA, they're like siblings who grew apart. And this is also why Mars is explored more, because of how similar Earth and Mars are. Because of their similarities, we have some hopes that maybe there were life forms on Mars, or that maybe we could build a base on Mars and live there. But yeah, that's not really possible yet. Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system, and it's 2 times bigger than all the other planets combined. Jupiter has over 95 officially known moons. Well, there might actually be more, but as of right now, we know that Jupiter has at least 95 moons. A day on Jupiter is 10.5 hours, and a year on Jupiter is 12 Earth years, because it's that far from the Sun. There is a big storm on Jupiter that has been going on for centuries, and it's called the Big Red Spot. I'm sure you've heard of it. It has rings as well, but they're not very visible to the naked eye. The average temperature on Jupiter is around minus 110 degrees Celsius. Now let's go on to Saturn, which is the 6th planet, and it's also the second biggest planet. A day on Saturn is 10.7 hours. And the average temperature in Saturn is around minus 140 degrees Celsius. Saturn has 146 known moons, and it's very much like Jupiter. But Saturn, it's just much smaller, and they have similar atmospheres as well. These two are also called sibling planets. Saturn is actually very thin, and it's really not dense or thick. So it's actually less dense than water, and since it's mainly made of gases. So if you had a big enough bathtub, Saturn could essentially float on it. A Saturn specialty is its uniquely thick rings, which is really famous for, and you could even see them from the naked eye. Uranus. Uranus is the 3rd largest planet in our solar system, and it also has rings, but they're just not well visible from Earth, since Uranus is really far. A day on Uranus is around 17 hours, and a year on Uranus is about 84 Earth years. Another fun fact about Uranus is that it spins on its axis sideways. Uranus has seasons as well, but one winter is nearly 21 years long. Oof, talk about cold. Uranus's average temperature is minus 195 degrees Celsius, which is really cold again. Uranus is so cold that at the surface, many gases such as nitrogen actually exist in liquid form. It is also said that Uranus and Neptune are the ice giants, as they usually have fluid or liquid surfaces due to the cold. Uranus has around 27 moons. Last but not the least, we have Neptune, and Neptune is the last planet in our solar system. It is also an ice giant like its sibling Uranus. The average temperature on Neptune can be around minus 220 degrees Celsius, making it the coldest in the solar system. Neptune can have really fast winds as well. The winds on Neptune can be as fast as 2,000 kilometers per hour. Like its sibling Uranus, Neptune also has a liquid surface. Neptune has 14 moons and it also has rings, but again, they're not really very visible. That's all for this lesson. Thank you.